Coi Leray, one of the most outspoken and influential voices in modern hip-hop, has once again sparked a wave of excitement and curiosity among fans, industry insiders, and casual music listeners alike. This time, the buzz centers around a teaser she shared on social media that hints at a new song, one that unmistakably references Kelis' classic 2003 hit, Milkshake. For those who remember the original track, Milkshake was more than just a chart-topping single. It was a cultural moment, a song that blended playful sexuality with clever wordplay, wrapped in an irresistibly catchy hook that seemed to define an era. Kelis, with her distinctive voice and bold persona, had crafted a track that resonated across genres and demographics, becoming a symbol of empowerment, individuality, and the confidence that female artists in the early 2000s were asserting within the music industry. To reference or interpolate such an iconic track is no small feat, and Coi Leray's decision to do so is already generating discussion about artistic homage, generational influence, and the evolving landscape of music sampling and reinterpretation. Fans were quick to notice Coi Leray's teaser, which surfaced in a brief clip on Instagram. Though the snippet was short, it was enough to ignite speculation across social media platforms. The beat carries an unmistakable nod to the rhythmic patterns of Milkshake, while Coi Leray's signature vocal inflections and modern trap-inspired cadence give the piece a contemporary flair. It's clear that the song is not a direct copy but rather an interpolation, a careful reimagining that pays homage to the original while allowing Coi Leray to stamp her own identity on it. This balance between respect for the past and innovation for the present is a hallmark of her career, and it is precisely what has made her one of the most talked-about artists of her generation. Social media reactions were immediate and varied. On Twitter, fans expressed a mixture of nostalgia and anticipation, with many noting how the teaser successfully bridged the early 2000s sound they grew up with and the current musical landscape dominated by streaming-era sensibilities. Comments ranged from excitement about Coi Leray's bold choice to humorously pointing out that Kelis' Milkshake had been stuck in their heads for nearly 2 decades, now potentially resurfacing through a new lens. Instagram stories and TikTok videos quickly followed, as users began creating their own clips reacting to the teaser, layering memes, dance trends, and commentary on top of the snippet. This viral cycle demonstrates the enduring power of iconic songs and the capacity of contemporary artists like Coi Leray to revive and reinterpret them in ways that feel fresh and relevant. To understand why this teaser is significant, it's important to examine both artists' places in music history. Kelis, in 2003, was navigating an industry that was still grappling with the rise of digital distribution, the complexities of female representation in hip-hop and R&B, and the challenge of asserting an artist's autonomy in the face of major label pressures. Milkshake emerged as a clever, playful, and unapologetically bold anthem that managed to transcend its immediate cultural moment, infiltrating mainstream consciousness, movie soundtracks, commercials, and countless reference points in popular culture. The song's metaphorical lyrics, paired with a minimalist yet infectious production, allowed Kelis to craft a persona that was simultaneously fun, flirty, and assertive, a formula that has inspired generations of female artists. By invoking Milkshake, Coi Leray is signaling not only her appreciation for a musical predecessor but also her desire to participate in an ongoing conversation about female empowerment, creativity, and influence within hip-hop culture. Coi Leray herself represents a new era of artists who blend the raw energy of rap with the melodic sensibilities of modern pop and R&B. Her rise has been marked by a combination of viral moments, social media presence, and a distinctive personal style that often polarizes audiences while simultaneously drawing them in. Her career trajectory has been defined by an unapologetic embrace of individuality, which resonates with younger audiences who value authenticity and relatability. This teaser is no exception. By referencing a song as culturally significant as Milkshake, Coi Leray is positioning herself within a lineage of female artists who challenge norms, embrace sexuality confidently, and innovate within their art form. The choice of Kelis' track is deliberate. It is instantly recognizable, culturally loaded, and emblematic of the playful empowerment that Coi Leray often channels in her music and public persona. The industry itself has taken note of this teaser. Music critics and insiders have begun analyzing the implications of interpolating such a well-known hit. Some have praised the move as a clever homage that bridges generational gaps, while others have raised questions about originality, artistic risk, and the pressures of modern streaming culture, where leveraging nostalgia can be both a strategic and creative decision. Sampling, interpolation, and homage have long been part of hip-hop's DNA. Artists from the earliest days of the genre repurposed and reinterpreted existing musical elements to create something new, layering meaning, commentary, and identity in the process. In this context, Coi Leray's teaser is not simply a nod to Kelis but a continuation of a long-standing tradition within hip-hop, one that values intertextuality, cultural conversation, and musical lineage. Fans' reactions online underscore another layer of this cultural dynamic: generational perspective. Older fans who remember the early 2000s often express a sense of nostalgia, delighted that a track from their formative years is being reintroduced with a modern twist. Younger fans, however, who may not have experienced Kelis' rise firsthand, are encountering the concept of Milkshake for the first time in this new, contemporary context. For many, this teaser is both educational and entertaining, sparking curiosity about musical history, influences, and the way sounds from previous eras are repurposed to feel relevant today. This multi-generational conversation enhances the impact of the release, positioning it as more than just a single song but as a cultural touchstone that fosters connection across different age groups and fan communities. Creative choice to interpolate Milkshake also aligns with current trends in music production, where the lines between homage, sampling, and reinvention are increasingly blurred. Modern artists often draw on iconic tracks not only to invoke nostalgia but also to showcase technical skill, reinterpret lyrical content, or comment on cultural shifts. Coi Leray's approach seems to balance these objectives, offering listeners a familiar hook while injecting her own lyrical voice, flow, and stylistic nuances. Teaser suggests that the song will combine elements of trap, contemporary hip-hop, and melodic experimentation, reflecting the eclectic tastes of today's music audience. It also demonstrates Coi Leray's awareness of how to leverage both her own brand and the legacy of a well-loved predecessor to create a track that resonates on multiple levels. Teaser's short runtime belies the broader cultural resonance it carries. Music is not consumed in a vacuum, and the online ecosystem amplifies even brief glimpses of new content into discussions, memes, and commentary threads that reach far beyond the initial release. Within hours, hashtags referencing Coi Leray and Kelis began trending, while TikTok users started experimenting with dance moves, voice overlays, and remixing attempts that playfully engaged with the iconic Milkshake motif. This virality speaks to the power of intertextuality in music. By connecting her work to a shared cultural memory, Coi Leray ensures that the song is not only a piece of audio but also a participatory experience, inviting fans to remix, reinterpret, and contribute to its narrative online.